We're going to start on Prime Video with, well, we love this kind of thing. It's a sports documentary called Rory McIlroy, The Masters Wait. And here's a clip.
To be remembered as one of the best, you need to win these 4 majors. US Open, PGA Championship, the Open Championship, and then the Masters.
McIlroy is just one victory away.
Trying to become just the 6th man to complete the career Grand Slam.
Don't want to make it too big, but everyone knows what's on the line. I started to think, when's it going to be my turn to win the Masters? It's when I started to hear the clock ticking.
There aren't many things I enjoy more than watching golf, but close second would be watching a golf documentary, and especially one about pretty much everyone's favourite golfer, the all-round good egg, Rory McIlroy. So yeah, this, as you guessed from the title, this is about his struggle to kind of clinch the final major golf tournament to make him, I think he's only the 6th player to have the career Grand Slam. He's in pretty elite company there. So yeah, there's some wonderful footage of him on TV as a tiny little lad. He's like chipping golf balls into a washing machine, which is kind of what he did at home to practice. It's so sweet. His mum and dad feature in it quite a lot, and they just absolutely delightful. They come across really well. And Rory's such a great guy, isn't he? And he's he put his head above the parapet when the Live Golf Tour started up, and got a lot of grief for that, but principled stand he made. In 2011 he was 4 shots ahead on the final day at Augusta, in Augusta, Georgia, where the Masters is played every year. Beautiful course, which you'll have seen on the telly with all the lovely flowers. He was only 21, but he kind of suffered a terrible last round, and didn't win the title, the green jacket, the coveted green jacket. And that had a major effect on him, unsurprisingly. This is it's looking really at, his whole life to a degree, but shaping it around this story of, how he eventually, spoiler alert, if you didn't notice last year, he finally won the Masters. I mean, I'd forgotten how it happened, how it panned out, but he was, he was partnered with an American golfer who was sort of running him close. And then just as he seemed to be kind of ready to forge ahead and win the green jacket, suddenly fellow Brit Justin Rose was putting together a devastating last 9 holes, birdie after birdie. But yes, thank goodness. Rory did it. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful moment, and just such a release of emotion. So, I think even if you're not a golf fan, you'll enjoy this just because there's quite long interviews with Rory and various other bods. He's just such a great guy. But it's also interesting to hear about, we know he's an incredibly talented golfer, but he just seems to really perform under certain circumstances, and it was like being able to grind out a result was always difficult for him. Absolutely loved it. What did you think, Hannah?
Do you know what? I do quite like a bit of golf, and it's. I remember my mum saying it ruins a good walk, really, doesn't it? My dad used to play.
Your mum and Mark Twain.
But no, it's become quite a sexy sport. I don't think it ever used to be, but it kind of is now, isn't it? And it's just this, it's huge. But with all these documentaries, and we often talk about music documentaries as well, it's sort of irrelevant whether you're into the sport or the music, I think, because actually you get caught up in something that is just absolutely huge and interesting. And with this, what I particularly like about this is the part the parents play in this. He was their only son, so everything went into him. They worked really hard to get him to that point, and I think that's probably why he's quite the level-headed person that he comes across as these days. And it's a real insight into, as I say, whether you care about Rory McIlroy or not, although to be honest with you, you'd be under a rock if you didn't know who he was or, you know, what he's been doing. It's the whole thing. It's how you get there. It's the reality of becoming such a big sports superstar like he is not an easy path. It's not easy, but actually against all the odds, he's not a nepo baby, is he? That's the point. He's actually managed to make it on his own because he's actually very, very good. And I think that really comes across in this. It's very favourable, highly edited, I'm sure. However, I think it's a really good watch.
Yeah, appropriately for Easter, the good egg.